Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back once again to the Level Unlock Podcast, episode 114. That's a lot of episodes.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Quite a few.
It is.
We're
Oh.
coming up on what, year 3? Year 2?
Year 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Few
gonna be
months
3
away.
years. We have a
4
new
4
addition
months?
to the podcast. As you can see here, no, it's not a chick that is in Valorant. It's a guy, and his name is Jett. Welcome,
Hello,
sir.
everybody. Doing it there. What's
I work with him at the Best Buy here down in the Tucson, the Tuscan.
the
Good old
Tucson
Tuscan,
area. The Tucson, Arizona.
The funny thing is, out of the group of us, I'm pretty sure Piff is the only one that has not worked at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Everybody else that in some form of another worked at Best Buy has done something at Best Buy. And that's how like all of us met.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. For my case, obviously.
Yeah, because you have Schroeder, Best Buy, and then Nate James, and then Fladry, and then Sarah, who comes on sometimes, and then Aim too. But Schroeder's friend was from Best Buy, so Best Buy is like the catalyst here of where everything like started.
Bring in the gaming. Definitely
Yeah.
the best way to do it. The Best Buy way.
So,
Pretty much.
but welcome everybody. Glad to be back with another amazing episode. Got some news for you. Got a Resident Evil review, plus the Nintendo. What the heck's it called?
Direct.
Sakurai presents
There you
Super
go.
Smash Bros. Ultimate Final Character.
Yes.
We had a new Dragon Ball Super trailer, which I don't know if
Ew.
anybody watched that I sent.
Hell no.
Yes.
Um,
Such a
assuming it's
sad,
for the new
sad
movie.
man.
But we got a lot going on. So we'll start with Jett. I'll have you introduce yourself. If you, what do you like doing? What kind of games do you like playing? And what are you about, sir?
As Jeremy already exclaimed, obviously working at Best Buy, one of the computer associates with him. Me, for the most part, my biggest games, which is why I'm excited about this whole podcast. I mean, those big 3 things are something that I play pretty well. I love Resident Evil to the point where I have tattoos of Resident Evil. I'm a huge fan of them. Same with Nintendo in general. I also have Zelda tattoos of mine now that wasn't a character that was involved, but still, Super Smash Brothers is a blast always to play. And then the last piece being the what was that last little? Oh, the Dragon Ball Super thing. Being a huge fan of Dragon Ball as well. So I'm excited to get to talk about it and debate about it and see what everything goes with that.
Perfect.
I can't wait to hate it.
Hey.
So much hate.
Kind of go around the room. What's everyone been up to? What's up, James?
Actually, 2 big things. All right. Guys, I made a new friend.
Woo!
I made a new friend. She works at the Gecko over by my house.
I like it.
And
Good.
a buddy of mine who
Buddy.
also works there. He was ringing me out and he's like, "Yo, I don't know her name." He was like, "Yo, speaking of
Such
Yakuza."
and such.
All right.
All right, I don't know her name, but fuck.
I don't know her name,
Keep
but fuck
going.
it. He's like, yo, speaking of Yakuza, get over here. He waves her over. And we just got super hyped talking about Yakuza for like 15, 20 minutes. So I was like,
Hey,
finally, someone else that knows Yakuza. Finally,
They
someone
understand.
that understands me and my love for Yakuza. I'm not the crazy one in the group anymore. I got another crazy person in the group.
Woo!
I like it.
Hey.
Making progress.
Also, Jett, you'll probably appreciate that. I know. I don't think you chimed in at all, Mark, but I know me and Mike Zach on Walker your Discord. I've made an incredible discovery that
Hey,
requires
I remember what you're talking
my
about there.
entire devotion, like all my time and devoted to this. So back in 1999, there was a Taiwanese comic produced by this company, Ching Wang Productions. It is a novelization of Resident Evil 2, but as a romantic comedy.
Oh, jeez.
So I am right now, I am devoting my life to finding both issues of this. I'm asking friends that would know, someone who knows Taiwanese Mandarin, so I can email this company to find out if this is a real thing, because it's nowhere on the internet. I went on to Google, like page 11. I went to Google Hong Kong. I went to Google Taiwan. I got in a VPN and changed my fucking IP address. I cannot find anything on this, so I don't even know if it exists. Nothing on the internet other than one part of a Wikipedia article mentions it. A fucking sentence in a Wikipedia article talks about it. So,
it's a very,
very well could be fake, or it very well could be real. I don't know. And I don't think I'll be able to sleep soundly at night until I find out. So,
I'm definitely down to find out about this.
Fucking Pepe Sylvia isn't real. There is no Pepe Sylvia. I gotta find out where all this fucking mail's coming from and who is it directed to. So
that's great.
I spent like an hour last night doing that. That's been fun. Been playing Lost Judgment on stream. Been playing Tales of the Arise. Both are fantastic. Played Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 runs on my computer.
Isn't that fucking map the biggest map they've ever made in a Ubisoft game?
Fuck if I know. Sure.
Can't you zoom out and see the whole thing?
It's a big map. I'll say that.
Okay. How is the game so far? Is it another copy and paste of the other ones like it usually has been?
Definitely, 100%. 100%. But you know what? The last time I really sat down and played a Far Cry game was 3, so I've had enough of a break. Where it's like, ooh, I can go around capturing all these outposts.
And a couple friends talking about that today.
I got a pet alligator named Guapo that I can pet at any time. It's Pet the Alligator Simulator 2021.
Don't forget about the dog with the wheelchair.
Yeah, I haven't met Chorizo yet, but I know Chorizo's going to be my home dog. He's going to be my main.
Nice little weenie dog.
Exactly. What else have I done? Oh, I'm wearing. You guys probably can't see it on camera too well, but I got new headphones.
Oh yeah, you did. Now that you say that, I do notice that.
Yeah, these aren't my Sonys. These are Hi-Fi Man's.
Oh, those are the ones you were telling us about, correct?
Yeah. These use, instead of their planar magnetic headphones. So the best way that I can describe how they work is, instead of using a magnet driver and a cone to produce the sound, it uses magic. So you have like electromagnetic like film in between some like magnets, like magnet coils or something like that, and it does some trickery, and that's what creates the sound. They're a really fantastic secondary pair of headphones for when I listen to.
I like mine.
Yeah, well, you have what? Sony's or?
I have the Hi-Fi Man. Hi-Fi Man Deadless.
Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot you did. Didn't you get those off of Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Not incredibly comfortable. So I actually do have zip ties and foam fucking attached to it. It's so ghetto, but like these things are so heavy because the way that my head's shaped, like it really puts pressure right here, and there's no support on either side. So
all right, Mark. Next time I see you, I'm gonna have to have you try these headphones because these are the most comfortable pair of headphones I've ever had in my life.
Oh, that's why I like these too, and
oh yeah,
I don't know. These are a lot like my Bose QC35s are a lot more comfortable than my Hi-Fi Man ones.
Yeah, the
But
Bose are really comfy.
Yeah,
Sadly,
but
they don't have
it's
sound.
but they're open planar.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Pros and cons to each.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like bass songs, can't do it on these. That's why I have my Sonys. What else have I done? Oh, I ordered a thing, but it's a secret, and I'm not telling y'all about it. I'm just doing a little teaser. It's gonna go on my shelf. Next podcast, it's gonna be on my shelf. So,
Hey,
just a little tease. Yeah, work, that kind of stuff. Mark, what have you been up to?
oh jeez, that's a big question, bud.
A loaded question.
I guess we'll go with the boring stuff. Fucking yeah, work. Good old Python development, app development, whatever you want to call it. Still doing classes at Penn State, doing that sort of stuff. Well, sitting in classes. I'm also writing a class for next semester.
Nice.
Hopefully be teaching there soon. So that's going to be pretty wild. So that's taking up a lot of time, and it's just been really busy. As far as games go, so something a bit more interesting. I guess easy one to mention is we played the Battlefield 2042 beta. Is that 2042?
Yep.
2047?
2042.
Something. 2042. Yeah, we played that. It has one of the main maps, the same map that they show in the trailer with the rocket ship blowing up and the tornado and all the weather going on. I think it's a Battlefield game. It's fun getting back into it. Like it reminds me of the early games like Bad Company and Battlefield 4 and
Bad Company was so good.
Yeah, it reminds me of those games really heavily. Like if you want to go in guns blazing, you totally can, or if you want to be like a stealthy kind of sniper and just sort of chill out and take people out, like sure, go ahead. Like it's a really enjoyable experience, and I enjoyed it more than I expected. I don't know if I enjoyed it $60 worth of enjoyment. That's my biggest question with most games. It also sucks because Metroid Dread came out today.
Yeah, it did.
Back 4 Blood's coming out next week.
Back 4 Blood you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood's on Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Okay, good to know. I'm super glad I don't have to
Hopefully
pay for
you haven't
that.
paid for it already.
No, I haven't. I don't pre-order things since Cyberpunk.
It burns you that bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, though. I like that. Yeah, no, it's coming exclusively to Game Pass.
Hey, I'm excited. We'll hopefully get to play it all. Yeah. So games. Battlefield was fun. What else did I play? I played a handful of Saints Row, the remastered one. Whenever they released it on Epic Game Store, I think it was a week or two ago. They released the third remastered for free, so I played that a handful. It's worth playing. It's still goofy, what I remember. Oh shit! I played a shit ton of games. I played some Deathloop. That was pretty
Ooh,
pretty
how
wild.
is Deathloop?
So I enjoy it, but I have there's a couple tropes that I don't really like, or there's a couple caveats that I don't really enjoy.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I've really talked about it with you guys before. Pretty much what the game's all about and how it all loops and all that sort of stuff. But I also didn't want to spoil it too much because there's a lot to it.
That's what I've been hearing from a lot of people. It's hard to talk about.
But I can talk about at least the things that I don't like about the gameplay loop without spoiling it too much. So like really basic sort of things. So as I mentioned before, you pretty much go through the points of a day. You have like 4 different points of the day, like morning, afternoon, etc. And then you have different maps that you can choose from. So, okay, that's cool. Like I can go wherever I want for these different maps. And then within each one of those, there's also different objectives that you unlock along the way. So it's, go kill this guy or go do this one random thing. You know what I mean? Just typical game objectives.
Yeah.
The thing is that those objectives are different based off of each time as well as each map that you do.
Oh.
So every time you go through it, you feel like you have to try and get everything done a lot quicker. And it kind of puts this level of urgency, at least in it, for me, because I feel like if I go to a map and I don't actually do that objective and I die and I go through it, I feel like I just wasted my time. Like then the time or the day just resets and then you start all over. Like I know that's the game thing and it's supposed to be a roguelike sort of part to it, but I didn't really get that level of enjoyment out of that element of the game. That being said, the game's beautiful. The sound design is fantastic. If you like Dishonored, it pulls a lot of mechanics from that, obviously. It's made by Arcane since they're going to get a lot of inspiration from their previous games. And it also has a weird Bioshock vibe to it. Just a really obscure scenery. Like all the NPCs are doing something odd. Like it really falls into that weird kind of sickness, like destruction kind of apocalyptic vibe that everything's going on. Like I don't know how to really explain the ambiance of the worlds that they create. They're very similar to Dishonored, but so you'll get similar vibes out of that, but it's a lot less dark. I guess is a better word, because in my opinion, a lot of, or at least in my memory, a lot of Dishonored's missions were dark.
Yeah.
Or at night, or
Prey, because I know Prey was really very similar to that. Is it like a mixture of the
Yeah.
two, you would say?
It's difficult for me to say. I sadly didn't play Prey as much as I would have liked to. So I don't have that much experience into it. I think I got through the intro sequence, maybe played an hour and kind of got bored or something threw me off. Honestly, I'm not really huge into horror games. I play them because I like the puzzles or I find them funny. I don't really enjoy the horror aspects. It's kind of just an annoying thing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, Deathloop is really good. But if you don't like, but how do I put it? I don't want to spoil it too much because they do after you start doing more and more loops and that sort of stuff, they give you more things to improve and more things to build upon. So you get better more times you do it, but it does take a while to eventually get there. I have a similar issue with a lot of open world games that don't give me a proper sense of direction. Where they say, hey, here's a butt ton of objectives, have at it. I'm going to say, okay, like this is cool. Like if I go with this one objective and it doesn't immediately draw me in and make me want to continue playing the game, or if I have a bad experience in general, it's really difficult for me to go to the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's, but
first impressions are very important.
Yeah, so that's Deathloop. It's worth watching a review or two before picking it up if you're interested in picking it up. Words are difficult, but yeah, Deathloop's pretty dope. I put some new lenses in my VR. I think I mentioned that a while ago. I'm not exactly sure.
I think you talked about it on the last podcast.
Yeah, I might have, but I finally fixed the barrel distortion on it. So. Long story short, whenever you put new lenses in there, they're shaped differently. So whenever you move your head left and right and up and down, the screens have to be recalibrated for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I finally got that fixed, and now my headset doesn't give me motion sickness, and it's pretty dope because there's no screen door effects and all that sort of stuff. Oh geez, what else did I do? I played a bunch of Death Stranding. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Finally finished the Cyberpunk deliveries in that. I still want to finish it. I'm getting closer and closer. I think I got my 10th or 11th star playing it, so I'm pretty close. I mean, I think I'm 2/3 of the way through getting them all. So that's that. Played some Phasmophobia with a bunch of y'all. That's always a good time. I mean, at least I enjoy it. Spooky ghost times.
Except all the times that you somehow survives and we all die.
Yeah, like it's even, how do I put this? I'm enjoying the new updates.
Yes.
I read a while ago that like how the game was built. Like a group of developers reverse engineered how the logic of the ghosts and how every of one of the game elements work. And even like reading over that sort of thing and like knowing what different words will cause certain things to happen, even knowing that and still doing it just kind of makes it fun. Like it's a again, I don't want to spoil it too much for y'all, but it's really neat how a game like that does it.
Yeah.
I guess not to really blue ball y'all is that every time you do something or you're inside or you say the person's name, and depending on what difficulty you have, there's like a point value assigned to the ghost, and that point value also says, oh yeah, more shit's gonna happen, and the higher that point value goes, like more shit's gonna happen more often. And it says like, all right, you start out with 30. Actually, let's just say a number, and then it checks that number versus a random thing. Does its check, says no, you don't have it, and then every time it does that check, it adds more to that value. So the more you're inside, the more it checks, more that sort of stuff, more shit happens. Like it's a crazy, like a really cool game, and like really thought out in that regard. Like it's that's just the program. It's the programmer part of me is just like, wow, that's really neat how they put that together, and how even playing the game, you could see how that behavior influences different gameplay stuff. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna stay inside, more shit happens, or you hit a Ouija board, everything goes crazy. Like it's yeah, like it's pretty neat. But long story short, that game's fun. I think it's like $10 or $15. If you have a couple friends, it's worth picking it up, especially if you like spooky games.
I can see it going on sale here this month.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
The Halloween
Or them,
stuff, definitely.
or them putting out some kind of update. Yeah. Who knows?
For the skeleton meme season.
Yeah.
Very spooky skeletons.
Skeletals.
I think that's pretty much. Well, I guess I played The Sims 3. That's not really worth mentioning too much, but it's pretty dope.
Sims.
Yeah, I think that was like a day, just The Sims. I was like, okay, and I fixed my 3D printer. Printed my first keycap.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah, this little guy. It's a portal cube.
Nice.
Oh shit! I slapped my mic with my keyboard. Yeah, and I have another little project on here that fell off, but that's okay. But yeah, that was a bitch. I installed long story short, I turned it on one day. My bed levels, my auto homing sensor, instead of going down and going back up and figuring out where the level was, it just went straight down in there and fucking dug right into there. I was like, all right, fuck, can't doing that. And it's like, and I'm like, okay. So did that. Fucking took out my bed level sensor, made some custom cables for it. Bought some cable sleeving, did all that, did all the fucking 9 yards. It was the first time I did it. It was fun. Honestly, it was really therapeutic making custom cables. So I did that, and of course, still didn't work. So picked up a new sensor, got that all worked, and I was just like, wow, my cabling is a mess in my 3D printer. So of course, knowing me, I unwired the entire control board and then, zip tied it all, put cable sleeving around it all, rewired it up, and I was just like, wow, that was a good way to waste a day.
Yeah.
But at least
really
got wiring.
Yeah, I honestly think it only took like 3 hours or 2 hours or something. It wasn't that long, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. But it's also irritating. Just doing a lot of tedious work, and you're pretty much rewiring a microcontroller board. So you have the AC power, the heating elements, the heated bed, all of the different gantry and servo motors, the access limiters. So they're pretty much just switches, and it's a lot of shit. Yeah. 3D printing's fun. You can get cheap 3D printers on Amazon for like $150, $200. Worth looking into if you're ever interested in it. It's a great hobby. Especially if you're looking for something to do, or you're trying to do something creative, or just make cool shit. It's worth checking out. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. Now on to Walker. How was your day?
That's good. Pretty sad. I haven't done much. I did re-download The Sims. After fucking messing with Origins and the EA app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When both you and Mark had issues with Origins. And
Yeah,
EA
Battlefield.
Play, and I had nothing, no issues. It would smooth as silk. I wish everything went like that. Yeah,
it was
it took you a
stupid.
hot minute.
It was dumb because I didn't. My whole thing's all fucked because I have different emails and shit, and so, it was interesting to say the least. But I finally got it to work, for the most part. Downloaded what is it? The Star Wars one, so that was pretty cool. I played that a little bit. Made my character within the first 3 minutes of me playing. I was making love to the goth, whatever her name is. So that was fun.
Bella Goth.
But I was the only one so far, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I was able to have
Walker,
some self-control.
Here's the thing:
It's like
did you download the porn mod?
No, I didn't download any mods yet. I just did the I got the Star Wars one. So my guy's name is Sky Starfall. I felt like that sounded like a Jedi Star Wars type name.
You should have named him Darth Icky.
I like it.
Darth Dog.
Darth.
Did play Battlefield.
Dong.
Battlefield was
Definitely
interesting
needs
for
his
sure.
dog to be named that. Just saying.
Yeah, it's your dog.
I like it. Battlefield was
Yeah.
different. I never played any of the Battlefield games before, like other than like twice in my life. But it wasn't. It was interesting for sure.
You had so many goddamn issues. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to record a video. Do a would you look at that on Battlefield 2042, and this fucker right here. Oh, I went to monitor. He goes to monitor his like performance and everything through Task Manager, and this idiot signs out.
I clicked sign out instead.
Oh, good job.
I literally went to go Control Alt, went to click Task Manager, and I clicked sign out, and I was like, motherfucker. And I was like, so it completely signs me out. Kicks me out of Discord, kicks me out of the game. Like, I literally just had it working.
Yeah,
like,
and that's after his computer crashed like twice trying to load this fucking game.
I'm like, God damn it.
And so he finally loads in, and he's in a different game, so I quit out of my game.
Yep.
Golly.
And then like his game crashed, and then mine game, it was just fucking. We did play a few games, but I don't understand how there's people on there that have like 70 kills. I think the most I had so far was like 12.
Oh, because they're using that Asus Aurora sync. They managed to circumvent the anti-cheat, and having that light controller really makes you so much better. Which, for those who don't know, lighting software like what is it from Corsair, like IQ from Corsair, Asus Aurora sync, that kind of stuff. Easy anti-cheat flags it as a cheating software.
Yep.
Which is fucking dumb.
But I was just like, it was interesting for sure. Definitely a game that will take a little bit used to, because I'm used to the more running gun type things where I can just run in,
Call of Duty, Apex.
Yeah.
And there's
ass
some modes
and then
that
run
are like
back out.
that. There's some games that are like that, and maps too. It's just
Conquest is not a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because Conquest is like the biggest possible map you can do.
Yeah, Conquest, you got to be thinking like 4D chess here. Or you could be like me, hey everyone, let's get into this Jeep and let me just do drive-bys.
It's pretty accurate.
But it was interesting. Watching a bunch of movies, not almost. I'm on season 7 finally of
I forgot.
The Big Bang Theory, which is fun.
Bazoonga.
So I'm on there. We've been watching a ton of movies. I don't even know what the fuck we even watched. I know me and Jett, we went to go see Venom. Wasn't bad. My opinion, Venom 1 over Venom 2. Venom 2's mid-credit scene over every other Marvel movie. Because that plays into a lot of shit, and I won't go into it for spoiler reasons, but
I 100% agree with that.
yeah, it changes basically like everything, which is huge. Then we all watched Free Guy. That was fun.
Not
Except
me.
for
Oh,
James,
yeah.
he wasn't there.
I was too busy being a bitch and having to work.
That movie was fun. I enjoyed that. And we watched quite a bit of other ones. I know right now we're in the middle of Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I was gonna say introducing
Mark
Super. Don't forget
yeah.
about that.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. Where you guys at?
We
Yeah, that's pretty good.
just ended the Trunks saga.
The Black Saga.
Oh!
Yeah,
Don't
like it
shoot!
wasn't bad.
Don't shoot! This man isn't black.
Yes.
Jeez.
The fact that they got away with that, I find
Jeez.
still hilarious to this day.
But yeah, so that was we're in the middle of that right now. That's always a fun time. I don't even know what else we fucking watched. I know we watched a lot.
We went through the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh yeah, we watched Fast 9
Yeah.
a little bit recently. Fuck, I don't even know. I know we watched a bunch.
The John Wick.
Oh yeah, we watched all the John Wick
Mhm.
movies. We watched that one with that was a little while ago, the Tomorrow War.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about the trailer here for Resident Evil here in a minute. Yeah, I played I bought Spider-Man, the Spooty Mans.
Spooderman.
Back.
Woo!
Game of the Year edition. The
I
Game of
wonder
the
if
Year
it'll
code
play in
doesn't
your
work.
PlayStation.
It has been.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, is it gonna break your PlayStation too? Is this how you find out
Luckily,
that your
no.
PlayStation's fucking broken, or am I the only goddamn person in the world?
I'm
No,
pretty
you
sure
got
you're the
Resident
goddamn
Evil
person in the world.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Although let me tell you, Insomniac's pretty goat. They're the goat because they're super nice.
But
Or whoever they hire.
yeah, that game's pretty fun. I didn't realize it was funny, so I'm like, I've been wanting to play this because obviously they had the trailer for Spider-Man 2, and they had the thing for Wolverine, and so okay, I want to watch this. I want to play it, and because I think being able just to fly around New York City by itself is a game in its own. It's like in its
$60 for
entirety.
it.
So I go and I load it, and it says continue game 38% complete. I'm like, the fuck? I'm just like, how am I
you played it
38%? I was like, how the fuck am I 38% complete? And so I'm literally sitting there trying to jog my memory, like, when the fuck did I play this? I'm thinking. So I load in, and I'm on top of the One World Trade Center. I'm like, I remember I rented this from Family Video when it first came out.
Wow.
So I was
Fucking
like,
Family
okay.
Video, that dates it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I remember now. I'm on the top of the One World Trade Center because I would continuously try to jump off to see if Spider-Man would splat on the ground like the original Spider-Man games, and he never would. He would just he would just punch the ground and crack the cement. I was like, okay, I did play this. So I was like, well, nevertheless, I was like, I don't really remember what happened in the first fucking 38% of this game, but I guess we'll just continue on with it. We'll kind of piece it back together. So I'm playing that a little bit, but that's pretty much about it. Playing some Call of Duty every once in a while. I'm like a fucking rock star in that game compared to me playing Apex Legends, so I'll take it. You don't realize how easy Call of Duty is until you play other games. Like just the level of difficulty that is needed, or the level of skill, I should say, that is needed to play Call of Duty compared to playing Apex Legends or Battlefield. Like,
It's
Just a lot more slower paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just definitely a lot more
Completely
slower,
different.
more tactical. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the majority part. That's pretty much about it. Nothing too special. Oh, we all played Jackbox
Yes.
recently.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
been playing that a bunch.
Small PP
those games
gang.
are- Fuck yeah.
Played Deep Rock Galactic.
Still the background on my computer as we speak.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Deep Rock Galactic. Me, Jett, and Mark have been rocking that out too. So that game's actually pretty fun.
Played it with our Patreon, JJ Link. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We had. So I don't know if I told you this, James, but what
no,
happened?
you did when you tried to send it to Jett, but you actually
And
sent it to Jeffrey.
And it was like 9 times. Like, now I'm like, why the fuck isn't Jett accepting my invite?
Hey, you want to complain?
so Jeff is literally just getting these invites. He's probably like, it was that. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, and all of a sudden he joins, and I'm like,
Wait a second.
why did he join us? He's like, oh, I was sending an invite to him. Makes sense now. Makes sense. He's like, well, thanks for inviting me. I was just playing a game, and all of a sudden, Captain Geach invites you to play the game, and I was just like, he was like, what's going on there? I was like, yeah, I was wondering why Jett wasn't accepting the invite. That makes sense though, why he wasn't. So, swing it over to you, Jett. What have you been up to? Anything fun, special? What have you been playing?
For the most part, very similar games. I got I think one of the first games I started playing back on PC. This is something that I started not too long ago, thanks to Mark, Jeremy, and Mr. Noodles over here. Was Skyrim, and it was the first time I played it on a PC, and I went a little overboard. I kind of overdid it for like 2 or 3 weeks of just straight playing.
Yeah, you did.
I think I put just over 130 hours, and I mean, I've definitely put a couple hundred hours on my Xbox for sure. That was the big one for a while there. Then I got back into to Civ 6, just like getting experience the DLC where they actually invite world what's the word, weather problems like floods, tornadoes, volcanoes, and stuff like that.
What's that one called?
It's Gathering Storm.
Gathering Storm, that's right.
It was really good. It was a good additive. Definitely made the game a lot harder. I will say that. But it was definitely fun. The other ones obviously being what Mark and Jeremy talked about, the Phasmophobia, which for some reason I'm obsessed with. I don't understand why, but it's a fun game. I enjoy it. I definitely at some point in time would love to use an Oculus with it just to experience it in VR and get to the point where I have to go to the bathroom afterwards, because I'm definitely gonna have to check my pants from dealing with that. The other one was Deep Rock Galactic with them. That's definitely a fun game. It's been a lot of fun for the most part. And then the Battlefield beta. It's a lot of fun. The sniping in the game is actually what I enjoy, and I missed about older Battlefields was that you actually have to worry about distance. You can't just take you can't just take a 500-meter shot and just straight lined up in their forehead, it'll hit. And that's not how that works. That was a lot of fun. I'm definitely enjoying. I'm excited to see that out because got a little tired of Call of Duty with the hacking problems, and Apex is a lot of fun, but it's really hard because pretty much everybody plays that who's got any skill, as kind of Jeremy said. Now it's been a very big game for higher skilled players for sure. Other than that, I know the Jackbox thing was a lot of fun. As I said, my background is hilarious. Still a t-shirt that I'm debating, still trying to find a place to print that t-shirt. Just to have it as a fun little thing. That'd be willing for sure.
All right, no joke. I have a buddy that definitely would do it if y'all want him.
I'm not against this
I will
in
mail
any way,
it
shape,
to
or form. Just I'll have it hang up in my office just to have it straight on the wall. It just says it straight up there.
I want to see you go into work with that.
Oh, I would get so much hate on that one. My bosses, they would enjoy that to an extent for sure. Other than that, I can't really think of any big games that I've been playing as bunch. Try to look at my game list. I know we touched a little bit. The It Takes Two, Jeremy. I definitely forgot about that.
Oh
game.
yeah, me and you we gotta finish playing that game.
Yeah, that's been putting off for a little while now. We keep like playing it and stopping, playing, stopping. We definitely need to finish that game. But other than that, it's pretty much what everybody else been saying. Been playing with these guys a lot. It's been a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Titties.
Oh, real quick, Mark.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask. You picked up Breath of the Wild, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to play it yet, or?
Oh, such a good game.
I played it for a day or two, and then I pinched my radial nerve in my left arm, and have limited motion in my left hand. So my thumb really doesn't work too well.
No joysticking for this man.
I can't do that very well with my left hand. Like I can, but that's as far as it goes.
Oh,
That's not
Like
good.
it's and that it's this nerve right here, and it also affects the motion in your thumb too. So yeah.
So pre-season-ending injury.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I liked it a lot. Yeah, I can't wait to play it again.
Okay. I was curious. I you didn't talk about it the last few times I talked to you, and I kept forgetting to ask.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to play it, which sucks. Like I can't do a
ending.
lot of things.
Just being
Sitting on the
so
bench for
broken
the
over
rest of
here.
the season on the injury reserve list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He'll come
always
back like
fucking something.
week 12. It's okay.
Yeah, you'll come back for the playoffs. You'll be available for the playoffs, right? I think that's what
Oh
the
yeah,
doc
I'm
said.
sure.
That's all it knows.
Yeah. No
Pump a
worries.
little shots in there, you get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cortisone shots. Ooh, I'll perk you right up.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'll be good.
You want to give a quick shout out to our boy
Ah,
for
shit.
being the true champion for our Patreon.
That's what I forgot. That's the tab I forgot to open up. Oh no. Oh god, I was on my other. Oh jeez, Louise. Please let me log out of my personal Patreon. Please, Patreon. I want to log out. Oh god. Someone
Careful.
talk.
Eh,
Yay.
not good enough.
So have any of you had any good food today?
I am currently eating a big old Wendy's Baconator.
Hey, that's not too bad. How about you, Walker?
I'm eating Chinese right now.
Oh, I'm so fucking jealous. I had a Pop-Tart earlier. That's it. You know, it's called programmer's life, where you don't have enough time to eat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've literally been working all day.
Oh, no.
Gotta love
Oh,
that code.
man.
It's ever so fun.
I fucking put my Chinese on my acceptance letter to college, and now it fucking ruined it.
Way to be an adult, Jeremy. Way to be an adult.
Well, so much for that. Yeah, that's literally my acceptance letter.
Oh my god.
Hey, congratulations.
Oh my fucking god. I'm dead.
That's great.
You're a
God.
clown.
Well, fuck you. Well, so much for that now. That was...
They told you, they said if you have to bring this in immaculate condition to actually be accepted, so he's out of luck now.
Oh,
Yeah.
son of a bitch. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, you fucking
fucked up.
idiot. Oh. Hey, mad shout out to Jeffrey Ryan for supporting the Patreon. You're the fucking goat.
For supporting the podcast. Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
yeah.
Our Patreon. Yeah.
Thank you for-
Supporting
appreciate you,
the
man.
Lockpick Nation.
Yeah. If you ever want to play
Oh.
games, let us know.
Oh,
3 years, my
fuck.
dude.
Hit us up, we are always down.
Hey.
Oh, I was actually crying there for a second.
I was wondering what I saw. It was sticking to something. I'm like, who cares? It's not really gonna be
Just a
anything
piece of
important.
paper?
And then
Just
I
your
literally go and
acceptance
pick it
letter to
up,
college.
and it's my fucking congratulations letter. You've been accepted to college. Like, okay. I guess that was kind of.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been one of your
have.
child's birth certificates or something. Or did you
That's
break
very
the? Or
true.
did you ruin those
So-
too?
It's like, fuck, where are those?
He's like, oh, they're supposed to have birth certificates? Whoops.
Uh,
I may or may not have or have to had something like that. I may
English,
have-
my man.
Exactly. May have had to order them one or two times because I may or may not have misplaced those, and I've ordered them, so I bought them again, and magically found the other ones. I'm pretty sure for both of my kids, I have like 3 birth certificates for each one of them.
Well, that's when you get older, you just give one to him and you're like, all right, don't lose this because I will.
happy birthday. Dad, you
Yeah.
gave this to me 15 years ago.
Like, hey,
See, what you do
Keep changing.
is you give them both birth certificates, so they have each other's birth certificates, copy of it, so they don't lose it.
And if they
Or-
do, then you have
or-
2 extra copies.
Yeah, or you just leave them at the houses that you live in. Like it's just like a little parting gift.
It's like a paper trail, birth certificates, so they can steal their identities later in life.
Exactly. You know those people that
Small
like, oh hey, I got a new deck built recently, and I just threw a bunch of shit underneath it. So whoever builds that deck next,
Threw a skeleton with a Halloween skeletons underneath.
they have
there.
like 120 gnomes that are just sitting under there. So, yeah, it's like the people that do that. Except it's very important information that you should probably keep and not fucking leave behind
Not
by
lose.
accident, you idiot.
Yeah,
Recommend against that for sure.
that would
This
be me, though.
guy.
That would be me. So let's
I
dive
can't say
into
it much better.
some movie news really quick, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ah, that was loud.
Ah,
Dude from fucking Far Cry 6, the evil guy's talking. Talking at me. So the Netflix has started a new show. It is called That 90s Show. Red
God.
Foreman and Kitty are returning to reprise their roles as Red Foreman and Kitty Foreman from the original. The show will be placed in set 1995. Centered around Lori Foreman, the daughter of Eric Foreman, Donna from the original series. They will be the two main characters of the show. It is not known if Topher Grace will be reprising his role. The one guy won't be in it because he's in jail for rape, so he's out.
That's a very good reason as to why he will not be in it.
Hyde is his name.
And
I
the
think.
nesting coach is too expensive, so who knows?
Oh yeah,
Way
he's
too
too big.
expensive.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Mila Kunis and Ashton
Yeah.
Kutcher.
She's too expensive.
Yeah, they're not. I scroll down here. They're not in the show. That's fun. I didn't
They'll
think about that.
probably
Expensive.
make like a small hey introduction at them like point in there, but I doubt they're gonna be a big part of
They'll
that show.
do
for
it
sure.
like season premiere of season 3 just to drum interest back up, and then the rest of the season will suffer because they spent all the money on that. Just those
One
two coming in
episode.
saying, "Hey,
It is
and then leaving.
Netflix though, so Netflix has a ton of money, as we know. I mean, they literally had the show with Ashton Kutcher in it with the whole redneck show. So I mean, there's opportunities there for sure.
Ranch or whatever.
Yeah, speaking of people who did rape, he was also in that show.
Yep.
Um,
But yeah, the show, which is funny too, because Lori Foreman, fun fact, she was
Yeah,
only
she
in
died.
she was
Oh,
only
yeah.
in season 1 and season 2 of that 70 show
you're
because
right.
she OD'd. And
Yeah, I was
so
like, that's a weird character to have a TV show based around.
so she was
like-
never in the last 8 seasons of the show.
Well, she was. They changed her out with a completely different actress that completely
they?
acted differently and was a completely different character. Well, not completely different, but like a very different character. It was weird. Like,
I didn't know
I
that.
personally like the original one more, but
Yeah.
It's like imagine the
Mm.
Brady Bunch, like the actress for Marcia just fucking died and they replaced her season 3.
yeah, and they
Like-
made a TV show about Marsha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's set to come out in 2022. They are filming it now. But there is basically about the sisterhood relationship between um the daughter of Eric, the sister of Eric, and Donna. So it'll be interesting for sure. And the only people that are guaranteed to be in the show outside of Donna is Red and Kitty, which are weird to me. Why they would have specifically them two and
Because
nobody
they
else?
were
but-
probably the big especially Red Foreman was probably the most quotable character from that show.
yeah, dumbass.
Everyone
Whatever.
loved him.
yeah, I mean,
He was probably the most
Every
likable
60s
character in
dad.
that show.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're coming out with that 90s show. They did try to do that 80s show, which took
Yeah, didn't
place
that just hit-
immediately after that 70s show.
Yeah, didn't that just go to
Um,
like a 1-episode pilot and then died?
Yep, because the last episode of that 70s show was January 1st, 1980 was when, because Eric Foreman left to go to do whatever he did the last season, so he wasn't there. He shows up on the last episode of the last season of that 70s show, and it ends up being the first day of the 1980s. And they did one season of what was called that 80s show, and everyone fucking hated it, so they canceled it before right before the first episode. So only one episode got aired. So yeah, we're skipping the 80s and going right into 1995.
Ooh.
So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens, but we'll see what goes on there. So we'll get to. Ow, that was really loud. The not Star Wars. Fuck's that game? Resident Evil here
Resident
in a second.
Evil?
Yes.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, will be released in January. It takes place and it tells the story of what happened to Obi-Wan Kenobi immediately after the events of number 3. Because from 3 to
4,
there was a 20-year gap. And so we don't know what happened to Obi-Wan Kenobi other than he became really old and kind of sat off to the side. So now this tells the story of what happened to him. I have no audio. Nice.
Yeah, I
literally had
just
no
checking
audio
that.
this whole entire time.
Well,
that's big F's on my part.
good job there, bud.
Hey, say something.
hey, hello.
There we go.
Bonjour.
I was wondering why I had 6 messages. They're all from Piff.
Saying, hey, we can't hear you, bud.
I just look onto your stream and I just see Piff, strange no audio, and I'm like, let me take a look, let me verify.
Yup.
Remember, your stream can see this, Walker.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you shouldn't be opening up pictures that Piff sent you while you're streaming.
Yeah, I
probably a
wouldn't
good
with the
point.
fact that he sends those things. Definitely. a
You
big hard no on
obviously
their
have
part.
not seen the DMs that he has sent me on Twitter.
Oh, I would be quite afraid to see what he would send on, to be perfectly honest.
I have woken up to many weird messages.
That does not shock me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I can 1000% see that. Couple other little tidbits of the news of the movies that I have. There is going to be a new Lego Batman movie. The characters will have Catwoman, the Batcave finally, the Riddler, and Alfred. In the new Lego Batman movie that is set to release on November 21st. They will be releasing actual Lego sets for this.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta get your money somehow.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, because Lego
which is
isn't a
pretty cool.
huge markup on Legos, as it is.
Oh, yeah. Friggin' nuts.
This weekend we finally have a big release. The movie that was delayed probably 90 times.
Oh, yeah.
Never thought it was going to come out. It's finally coming out.
James Bond.
James Bond.
What?
No Time to
James
Die.
Bondage.
Oh, I can't wait to not see it.
That's pretty accurate.
I can't wait to see it on VOD. Just
Yeah.
despite them. Despite those fuckers.
Depending on where you live, it is released today in theaters.
Oh, nice.
It's been 2 years in the making.
2 years
So-
done.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a big step. Finally, they refused to release it to the VOD. They said James
Oh,
Bond
gee.
deserves
Oh, jeez.
to be released in theaters. That there's no reason why it should ever be released to VOD. It is James Bond. It is bigger than that. So they waited.
Bigger than Jesus.
So they waited, and we'll see box office wise how it plays out. So, because it is still going up against Venom, as well as a couple other movies. So
Yeah, but it's James Bond though.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
got a
feel
pretty
it'll
big
be.
following for sure.
Oh yeah, it'll
Well,
probably do good regardless because it's one of the biggest franchises in history. So, because you have a lot of, I think there's like 25 some movies, James
Something
Bond
like
movies,
that.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds
A lot.
about right.
Because you have all of the Sean Connery ones and
Razor
um,
boy. Ugh. Pierce Brosnan.
yeah, I think Sean Connery was um, I think he had the most, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of them.
Speaking of James Bond movies, there was just reported breaking news. No Time to Die
World premiere.
enjoys the biggest opening night of any Bond movie ever. It released Thursday night. So last night, it broke the record for the largest James Bond opening ever with $7 million for the midnight release. GG's.
Not bad for a midnight release.
Spectre did 5.3 million. Skyfall did 4.6 million. So yeah, it did $7 million. So maybe that then bodes well for what's going on. Potentially got an update as to when the new Doctor Strange trailer will release. It is rumored it will be released by the end of December, shortly after the release of Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 Far From Home is released December 17th, and they said expect the trailer for Doctor Strange a week or two after that. So, because obviously whatever happens in this movie affects the movie of Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is in it. And that's pretty much about it. Oh, by the way, Jackass 4, it got pushed back to next February.
God damn it.
It was
Again?
supposed to be released this month.
We can't have anything nice anymore.
Nope.
COVID's
there is
not our friend.
speculation that it got pushed back because Bam Margera is suing Paramount Pictures, as well as the director and Johnny Knoxville, for being fired from the movie.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
He states that he was wrongfully fired, that he was accused of being high and being very hard to work with, as well as unresponsive to the directors, unresponsive to Johnny Knoxville's request demands, and was very violent and aggressive on set due to massive drug use. Bam Margera said that was all true. I mean, that was all untrue. And
I was
if he's admitting that, why is he suing?
That
bullshit.
He never was aggressive. He never was high. He never was on drugs. And if he was, that they should have helped him. They should have helped him out, helped him basically go through rehab instead of firing him and telling him to go figure out on his own. So because of that, he felt that he was discriminated against and wrongfully fired, that he was fired. Paramount Pictures actually responded, saying that it's riddled with lies. Paramount Pictures report reads, there was no remorse or no acceptance of responsibility for the damage that he caused to his former partners, friends, and himself. Margera's filed this claim baseless, manifestly dishonest, and this lawsuit is completely untrue. This threatens to rejoin the upcoming release of Jackass Forever. Apparently, Margera has decided that because he blew his opportunity to be in this film, the defendant will not be allowed to release it, and the public should not be allowed to see it. So I'm assuming they moved it because of this.
I just find it really funny that they said that Bam Margera, the damages he's caused on a fucking Jackass movie.
Yeah, really though, of all things.
All the damages he caused, all the people he's hurt. It's like, who the fuck
What?
you.
Yeah.
Get your head out of your ass.
It's not like this ain't high art. This is pandering to us here right now that grew up with that shit. That was drug filled as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all. I mean, literally, what's his name? Who am I dropping right now?
Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O.
Steve-O literally talked about a lot about how he dread so many drugs being a part of those films, and to the point where he had to go to rehab because he was almost died, didn't he? OD, if I'm correct. And
yeah, during number 2, he wasn't in most of Jackass 2 because he OD'd so bad that he ended up getting like crazy injured, so he was only in there for like brief moments.
Bust out the Narcan or whatever it is.
Narcan.
Yeah.
Narcan.
Yeah, that, and he did those CO2 little things. I don't know what those are called. Whippets. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So that franchise knows quite a bit about that drug scene for sure. Whether it be Bam, it's Steve-O, or
I mean, at least Steve-O was man enough to go to rehab and.
Well, he admitted his faults. That was the biggest thing. There was he was like, "Yeah, I screwed up. I need to fix this."
And he's a completely different guy now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's found God. He's a vegan.
Yep.
Like, hey, good for him. You know, if he's if he's happy and he's healthy, good for him.
He rescued a dog from the pound and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's doing good for himself. He bought a whole farm of animals, didn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But so that's all I have for that. So there is a new trailer for a new movie. It's called Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Much, in my opinion, better already than the trailer looks than the original 7, which are ass.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah. That's a very low ceiling.
There's some major references between 1 and 2, which is interesting. What did you give your thoughts on it first, James, and then kind of go over to you, Jett?
Yeah. Well, here are my thoughts on it. I mean,
you don't have any specifics or anything?
There is a few things like the writing the itchy tasty on the window. I'm like, that didn't happen there. That really didn't happen there.
It did. Sorry, go ahead.
And then just like the whole Claire's like, guys.
You just completely, your mic cut you out.
Yeah, I know. I gotta uncover Umbrella, guys. Guys, there's a conspiracy. I gotta uncover Umbrella. Chris, look at
Yes.
this badge. And it was like, hey, James was like, hey, what happened to my brother?
Yeah.
I should go check up on him. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's like, it's gonna be shit. I'm gonna watch it. But like,
I
kind of made it up when we were texting about it. I made it up as it was like gonna be something that I was gonna rant and rave for like 5 hours about. Yeah, it looks like standard fluff that I expected it was gonna be. So
that's fair.
What about you, Jett?
What about you, Jett?
I definitely have a little bit of a rant to go on here, just because I was expecting, as we know, him to go on a little bit of a rant and rave, and I'm assuming he'll probably agree with me to most of my statements here. As I said before, I'm a big believer in Resident Evil, very played all of them. I think what's going to confuse me and Walker have talked about this a couple times, where I don't know how they plan on doing 1 and 2 in this, how they're fitting 2 video games into one, which both of them are pretty
apart.
Exactly. And it's I can understand 2 and 3, but 1
yeah.
and 2 it doesn't. This whole scene thing doesn't make sense. But
or hell, 0 and 1.
yeah, exactly, because they still take place similar in that case, that timeline. I think my biggest thing is to touch a little bit on that itching scratching thing. I know that that technically wasn't a part of it. They did talk about it in I think it was actually 0. On the
Yeah.
train they brought that up. It was in a journal where a guy was like, he locked himself in a train car and he said he's like, yeah, I just feel itchy, scratchy, and I have this weird hunger.
They've had a few of those throughout the series.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the exact because even 8 had something similar to that.
Mhm.
One of the notes, but it was it's just about a dude that was experimented on by Umbrella. He was a guardsman taking care of the dogs, and one of the dogs bit him. Yeah, and then he started getting, slowly turning into a zombie, and one of the last pages of his journal was itchy scratchy.
Yeah.
Because he has like these boils that just itch all over him.
Yeah.
So,
no, and that's something that I was like, I appreciate that. I do. Now the context will make hopefully we'll see a little bit more in the movie to where that could be a thing. It looked like the person was trying to break through the window. There was a couple things, like I said. The biggest thing was I don't know how they plan on doing 1 and 2 at the same time there. But my second thing is I would say very impressed with the set, I guess you would call it. Because being the one being as one of my favorite Resident Evils of all time, is they did a very good job of that whole open the doors up to the mansion. You see a room. You got the staircase in the middle that leads up the second floor, all that stuff, doing everything, and I was very impressed at how accurate that was. I think one of my biggest things is I don't know how I feel about Claire kind of pointing out to be this main character, because the first one was supposed to be Chris and Jill, because Jill's basically one of the main characters of the entire game series, along with Chris up until like 6, technically. But I'm curious. It looks good. I mean, I don't have high hopes for it. It's a Resident Evil movie, and I'm not going to expect the greatest things to happen. Now I will see the animated movies are always really good, so I enjoy those a lot.
Those are fun.
Yeah, but
when do you play as Claire in the games?
You do play as Claire in the second one.
Yeah, that's Claire. Canonically, it's Leon A, Claire B.
Yeah, and then you play. Is it? What's the other one?
Or not? Revelations 2.
It's Revelations 2, and there's one more. I just got done playing it.
Code Veronica.
Thank you. Yes, those are the big 3. You play with her, and then everything else is Leon, Jill, or because Jill is 1 and 3.
They even showed Jill in the trailer. They might
have. I think they
behind when they were in the.
I think when they open up, yeah. What he said on that one. I think they talked about her when they came in the mansion. You could see her with like Barry. I am definitely excited to see who they think. I don't know how I feel about the casting of Leon.
Yeah, I was.
And the way his look.
It does not look like Leon either way.
No, it looks like a
red-headed
more
Leon from 0 or from
with curly hair.
I don't.
I'm like, that's not a good combo for him. I mean, like I said, I leave that be. There's gonna be a little bit here and there, but we'll see. I mean, I'm don't have high hopes, but I'm definitely excited to see this movie as a big Resident Evil fan, and them actually trying to follow the Resident Evil series somewhat more than the last one was.
Because I think the guy who plays Leon is he's like almost Egyptian. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Leon is very, and I'm not trying to sound any weird way here, is very white, very Caucasian. He is
Leon Isaac Kennedy.
Like you can't get any more than that. And he's, but I mean, if they can at least keep his acting well and he fits the key to a part, I'll give it to him. Just because Leon to me is probably the most badass person in the entire series.
Leon's my favorite character. Oh, it's Avon Yogia, Jogia. He's from British Columbia.
Yeah. Huh. So, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we'll take a wait on that one. I'm excited to see it.
Joe is
Oh, he played King Tut in the show King Tut. So yeah, he's
Jill is Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's the girl that phases in and out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's Jill. She's half black. Interesting.
I would say, like I said, the casting's a little off at the very least. I am very happy with costumes, and I'm very happy with the whole like set. It looks like in the most part.
Let me just
But
say
we'll see.
though, real quick, if they don't mention that Leon was fucking late on his first day of work,
Yes,
it's gonna be.
it saved his life.
It did.
saved
It
his
really
life.
did.
So definitely, I agree with you
Wait.
on that one.
Whoa, hold up.
Hmm.
The guy who's playing Chris Redfield is Fred from two Scooby-Doo movies.
Are you kidding me? No way.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins, and Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster.
I do remember that. Oh, that was actually one other point. I was actually excited to see that they are bringing what's her name in. The girl who wears her mother's face. She's a monster in Resident Evil 1. She is the second main villain in that game.
Shit. Fuck, what the hell is
I
her
can't
name?
remember her name right now, and she's gonna
Lisa
kill me
Trevor.
for that.
Lisa
Thank
Trevor.
you. Yes. I'm very excited, and they did a really good job with the way they made her look. They kept it really well. I was very impressed by that. So that's why I said there's a couple things there I'm impressed by, but there's others where I'm like, that's questionable. A guy who plays, yes, that's right. I do remember that now. I guess that could fit Chris pretty well. He needs to be a little bit more stubbled, I would say, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
More rugged looking.
But this is also RE1 Chris, so he's still like kind of green.
He's still a child, yeah.
He
He's still
hasn't
like a
taken
baby.
the steroids. He isn't punching boulders yet.
I was saying I felt like these
Yeah.
guys looked rather small in terms of like stature, like muscle wise.
Well, that's how it was.
But that's in the first one, if you really look at it, a lot of these people are like, this is like the start of the series. This is the whole like they don't even know zombies exist. They don't know about this. They don't know about Umbrella. They don't know about all of that stuff. So I am wanting to see the guy who plays Wesker looks a little. He's not wearing the sunglasses. He needs to wear the sunglasses.
Yeah, because that's how it hides his eyes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm like I said, I'm gonna give it a chance for sure. Can't be any worse than the Resident Evil movies, the pre this. So we will see.
Now.
Yeah, that's true. I may bite my tongue later on when we do another podcast after such. But
this comes out October.
It's October 28th.
November 24th.
Yeah, I was like it's the 20 something in one of these months. I don't know which it was.
Thanksgiving. Because yeah, I think it was. No, it's not being released to.
No, it's only in theaters.
only. Yeah,
I
because
might
it's
actually go to
coming
the
out.
theaters to see it.
Same.
Hey, we're
I
off on
think I might.
Thanksgiving, so.
Yeah, we might go see that.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's all the movie news that I currently have. Does anybody else have anything to add before we go to games?
Not that I can think of. I don't think there's any big movie stuff coming out other than we talked about the Venom stuff, so I think we're good.
James, we'll start with you, man.
All right. Hey, speaking of Resident Evil, let's keep going with that. Let's keep going with Leon. Resident Evil 4 VR has a release date now.
Hey.
October 21st.
Nice.
So,
it's actually a lot quicker than we expected.
Yeah. Fully redone. All in VR. It's going to give me a reason to buy an Oculus. Because it's only going to be available for Oculus right now.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Resident Evil, we can continue on doing it really quick. I have a list of the top 10 Resident Evil games ranked.
All right, let's fucking go. I'm going to get pissed off.
Yeah, same. I think I agree with him on this one.
First off, Resident Evil 7 has surpassed 10 million copies sold and shipped.
Yeah, it has.
So, GG's.
So where does that put him on the list there?
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll go through the list. So appreciate touching on that one.
Resident Evil 7 now is the most sold Resident Evil game in the history of the games.
Yep.
So that's pretty
That's
cool.
also a weird one due to the fact that it came out at a time where gaming is becoming much more acceptable than it used to be.
And also, I mean,
Resident-
like, people were still riding the PT, like, getting pissed off
Train.
that PT wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
In retrospect, Resident Evil 2 Remake sold 6.2 million, and it's been out way less long. So, number 10, Resident Evil, Revelations 2.
Okay.
Number 10, I'm
Revelation
assuming
2
that means
was-
the worst.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Revelations 2 wasn't. It was much better than Revelations 1, and
Well, I was
light
also
years
gonna
better than
Revelations 1 was
6.
Revelations
better
1
than
to me was
6.
also for like a handheld, so that's
Yeah, it was a
also
3DS
where it
game.
was a little weird. Yeah, exactly. So that's a hard one for a lot of people as well.
One of the comments is you can't beat those Barry one-liners in the game.
Gotta love Barry. One of my favorite characters.
Yo, did I ever
number-
tell you about the Jill sandwich story? Yes,
I was about to
Dad.
say yes.
You've told me like 100 times.
Yes. I almost made she's on a Jill sandwich. One of my favorite lines from Resident Evil 1. That and the plant. Oh, so good.
Number 9, Resident Evil 0.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
off. 0 was good. I will die on that hill.
I will say on this, I want to see what they have the next 8. This is where I will give them credit here. 0 was good, but we'll touch the base on this one. I don't think it would probably be, in my opinion, ranked any higher than probably 6.
Number 8, Resident Evil 5.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
hold on,
agree
wait.
with this one.
Resident
That shouldn't be
Resident
there.
Evil 5 was not a good Resident Evil game, but it was a fun game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the first ever of the co-op style games of that, like,
I did like that.
couch co-op there.
That was fun. Number 7, Resident Evil Revelations.
Fuck off.
It says that this could be one of the
goodness.
best Resident Evil games of all time.
Oh,
to
My
come out of
fucking
off.
asshole.
But it says one of the best Resident Evil games of all times that was released to the 3DS.
Well, there
Well,
was
yeah, because there's 2.
yeah.
Yeah, Mercenaries in this one.
That's
Oh,
a-
that's hard.
If that's how they're classifying that, and that's why it's so high, what are they gonna say? Just be like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 1 because it was only the GameCube should be number 1.
Number 6, Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Okay.
That's a good game.
Alright.
Yeah.
Man, those characters look rough. Ugh.
Yeah, I've tried
PS2
playing through it on my Xbox, and it's
Dreamcast.
it's a little rough. I was actually debating buying it on the PC to mod it.
Number 5, Resident Evil. The first one.
Remake or original?
It just says Resident Evil. It has an image of the remake, but it doesn't specify which one it is.
Okay, I'm gonna
Um,
give that a lot of hate due to the
yeah.
fact that's my favorite game
Yeah.
because that's like that should be in the top 3 for sure due to the
Definitely.
fact
Remake-
that like it brought horror to its knees at that point. Like it made people scared.
And if they're talking about remake was the best. RE1 remake was the best, in my opinion, best remake ever made until Resi 2 remake came out.
Yes, and I will say it is the best Resident Evil. The remake is the best Resident Evil game in my opinion by far.
It says the
Like
picture is Resident Evil HD Remaster. So I don't know.
Yeah,
which one
so it
that
is the remake. It is
It's
the
just
remake.
it's the HD version of the remake that was on GameCube.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Is this through? Who is this?
yeah.
This is their
Gamer. I'm gonna.
GameSpot.
Oh fuck, games.
Number 4,
Oh, no, they still
Resident
existed.
Evil 8 Village.
Okay.
Whoa! Though you're putting that in front of
Yeah.
What? 8
At
was
this point-
great. Don't get
at
me
this
wrong.
point,
8 was
none
a
of
blast.
This is not. They're probably gonna put. They haven't even said 6 yet.
They're gonna put Resident Evil 6 at like number 2, and then Resident Evil 7 is number 1, guaranteed.
Number 3 is Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
Ah, Jesus
I
fucking
was about
Christ.
to fucking walk out.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You skipped 5 and 6. 4 and 5. Didn't you?
Number 5 was Resident Evil. Number 4 was
Oh, my
Resident
bad.
Evil Village. Number 3 was Resident Evil 7.
Ah, Jesus. 8 was better than 7, though.
Number
Was.
2 to me was the best Resident Evil, Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then number 1 is
And-
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, the
and
remake.
number 1 is Resident Evil 2, both versions.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2 are kind of 1 or 2 for me. Like, it's flip-flops depending on how I'm feeling. 6 was not on there.
6 wasn't even on the list.
6 was so bad they didn't even put it on the fucking list.
I will say, I think my top 10 would be number 1 would be Resident Evil 1, the remake. Number 2 would be the number 2 remake. It'd be really close there. Number 3 would probably be 4.
You didn't have 3 on there either.
No.
3 was a
It's
weird
okay.
one because that is basically should have been a DLC for 2.
Pretty much.
If DLC was a thing, it should have been that. That's what it would have been. And I would say that that's definitely how that should have gone by far.
It says, don't
Right.
get me wrong, the original Resident Evil game was one of the most important video games ever made. There's no denying that. But it was the second game that turned it from the important stepping stone of the industry into the one of the biggest video game franchises of all time.
But it's still ranked number 5?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
So, yeah, Resident Evil 2, both versions, was ranked number 1 according to GameSpot.
I agree with about 6 out of 10 on that list. I will say that. Especially if you want to add another one in there, 6 not even being in the top 10. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I played like 10 minutes of that game and that was it.
I had to give myself the true Resident Evil. I actually did beat. The only one I haven't beat is Veronica, and I don't remember what other side PlayStation game that they had at that time. Dead Aim. Yeah, that was the other one.
Oh, you don't want to play
really...
Dead Aim. You really don't.
I've heard it's not very good, so.
I played the ones on the Wii.
That was Revelations, I think.
No, those
I'm
were
correct.
the Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's right. Those ones I did play. I didn't actually finish them. They were just me.
They were interesting for sure. What else do you got, James?
All right, hey, let's get mad again. IGN did a poll called the best video game of all time bracket. Pretty much, let's just quickly go through
Bringing
it.
this up real quick.
Quickly, we have Red Dead Redemption versus Borderlands 2, Red Dead Redemption 1. GTA San Andreas versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, San Andreas 1. Knights of the Old Republic versus Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Knights of the Old Republic 1. Fallout New Vegas versus League of Legends, Fallout New Vegas 1. World of Warcraft versus Fortnite, World of Warcraft 1. Chrono Trigger versus Burnout 3 Takedown. Fucking nobody has any sense of class because Burnout 3 Takedown won. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare beat out GoldenEye. Journey and Dishonored 1. Portal 2 versus The Sims 3, Portal 2 1. God of War 2018 versus StarCraft, God of War 2018 1. Sid Meier's Civilization 4 versus Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag 1. Ocarina, this one fucking pissed me off.
This pisses me off. Yeah, I just saw that right when you said that.
Ocarina of Time versus Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim won by a landslide.
God, that makes me
BioShock
angry.
versus Overwatch, BioShock 1. Minecraft versus Fable 2, Minecraft 1. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt versus Diablo 2, Witcher 3 1. Doom versus Inside. And then it goes San Andreas. Yeah, San Andreas, then Fallout, World of Warcraft. Pretty much our last on the one bracket was Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas versus God of War. God of War 1.
No, it was yeah.
Yeah.
God of War
And
versus
then-
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Other side,
Right.
Super Mario World versus Smash Bros. Ultimate, Smash Bros. 1. The Last of Us versus MGS 3. Last of Us won by a landslide. Halo 2 versus Mass Effect 2. Halo 2 1. GTA 5 versus Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. They can go fuck themselves on GTA 5 1. Street Fighter 2 versus Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow 1. Mario 64 versus Batman Arkham City. Arkham City can suck my dick because that's not as good
That
as
should
Mario
not have
64,
won.
but Arkham City 1. Dark Souls versus Shadow of the Colossus. Again, fuck you. Dark Souls 1. Half-Life 2 versus Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider 1. Super Metroid versus Apex Legends. Apex Legends 1. Animal Crossing New Horizons versus Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 1. Half-Life Alyx versus Bloodborne. Bloodborne 1. Tetris versus Rock Band. Tetris 1. Hades versus Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 1, Super Mario Bros. 3 versus Persona 5 Royal, Super Mario Bros. 3 1, Castlevania Symphony of the Night versus Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 1, and then finally there was Breath of the Wild versus Final Fantasy 7, Breath of the Wild 1. And then it ended up being in the semifinals, Grand Theft Auto 5 versus Breath of the Wild, and Grand Theft Auto 5 won.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Really doesn't. But then it was God of War versus Grand Theft Auto 5. God of War won as the best game according to IGN in this fucking rigged bullshit.
Yeah,
that was a great game.
The fact that Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda did not go through, and Resident Evil 4 didn't even get past the second round.
It's fucked to me. It's bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of it is definitely for sure.
I
don't know why Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto games made it to the top 4, but I know they're good.
And it wasn't even like the best ones. It wasn't like fucking Vice City.
No, it's like Grand Theft Auto 5. Like that wasn't that fun of a game. The multiplayer was good. It was very popular, but I wouldn't say it's a great game. But whatever.
Yeah. Sonic's back in the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna talk about that a lot. Apparently, some devs have a dev kit for a 4K version of the Nintendo Switch in their hands that they're developing for.
Nice.
Not really much to that, but we apparently know that that's a thing. During a Take-Two call, CEO Strauss Zelnick said that CEO Strauss Zelnick says that Xbox Game Pass subscribers have reached the 30 million mark during a roundtable discussion that included Phil Spencer from Xbox. Phil,
this stuff is so good.
Phil Spencer reiterates that the last publicly stated numbers was 18 million, so we don't know the actual numbers. Sony acquires Bluepoint Games, the company that has made the Shadow of the Colossus, both Shadow of the Colossus remakes, and the latest Demon Souls remake. They are apparently working on a brand new IP.
That'd be cool.
Oh, jeez.
EFootball 2022. Konami's latest video game. EFootball 2022, formerly known as Pro Evolution Soccer, is the worst rated game on Steam right now.
Makes sense.
Everyone's saying it's just everything about it is fucking atrocious. So that's cool. Let's see here. We're deep into October, so we're not going to talk about the stuff coming to Game Pass, Games with Gold, and PlayStation Now. According to the Epic v. Apple court case that was going on, the lawsuit. Apparently, according to recent documents that were revealed during that, Apple earned more from the App Store games in 2019 fiscal year than Nintendo, Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, and Sony combined. The analysis from the Wall Street Journal put Apple's operating profits derived from gaming in 2019 at $8.5 billion.
Woo. Dang.
Yeah, so that's incredible. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for sure.
But it was implied that it was up to 12.3 billion. And it's almost a fifth of the overall operating profit comes from games from the App Store.
Jeez, man. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but dang, that's a lot of money.
And then finally, got this nice Metro by T-Mobile Spanish ad. That's cool. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC later this year, and mobile ports following next year. The Trilogy is combining, in my opinion, the best of the Grand Theft Auto games. 3, Vice City and San Andreas.
Speaking of the best GTA games of all time,
Oh Jesus
I have
Christ!
a list.
What the? Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Okay.
Oh,
Grand Theft Auto
God,
5's number
I'm
1.
afraid
I
to see this
guarantee it.
list. Guaranteed.
Number 10 on the best GTA games of all time.
Are there even
Number
10
10.
GTA games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10, Grand Theft Auto, the original. Released in 1998 for PC. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto, The Liberty City Stories. The Liberty City Stories is a
Was on
prequel to
PSP and
GTA
PS2.
3. Yep. Number 8, GTA 4.
Wow, they didn't like GTA 4.
The long-awaited follow-up to San Andreas. Number 7, which I didn't remember this being a thing, but I guess it was. Grand Theft Auto China Wars.
Yep, that
Yes,
was on
I do
the
remember
DS.
Yep. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. The prequel to
PSP and
Vice
PS2.
City. Number 5, GTA 2.
Okay, I have a lot of fond memories of playing GTA 2 on my PS2 while jamming out to 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying or the D12 album.
You can't go wrong
Just to
there.
date a little bit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band.
The chicks don't even know the name of my band. Number 4, Grand Theft Auto 3. That would have been the first Grand Theft Auto I ever played. I had to sneak playing it because my mom would never let me buy these or play these games, so I had to play it at my friend's house. She refused to let us play these. What was the game that was like Grand Theft Auto, but a different? There was another one that was like almost identical to it, but a different game.
Saints Row.
Well, there was Driver
True Crime.
3.
Driver 3, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Driver 3
my mom-
was... That one tried to be like GTA. That was the only one in the series that really tried to be like...
Yeah, she let me rent that because she thought it was just a driving game. And then so I convinced her that it was. But come to find out, nope, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, she never let me.
I couldn't do that shit because my mom already knew. She worked at Toys R Us, so like, I tried to get her to let me rent Conker's Bad Fur Day once at Blockbuster, and she's like, "Nah, man, I know all about that game. You ain't playing that shit."
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
she
"Bitch."
never. I remember the one day I borrowed San Andreas from one of my friends. She saw me playing it. She flipped out. She was pissed. She's like, "You take that back right now. You're not playing that in my house." Damn. Okay.
So, the very first thing I did when I turned 17 is I bought Conker's Bad Fur Day. And I was like, "You can't tell me what to do anymore, Mom." I spent $100 on this goddamn game.
Number 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
The best one.
Number two, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Number 1's 5
And-
because 5 is the most popular one, and that's the one that's been out for over 10 years.
The number 1 Grand Theft Auto game, according to GameSpot, is
Fucking
GTA
GameSpot.
5.
Oh, that's not a shocker.
It takes the number 1 spot because of the principle behind it. It was released in 2013.
The principle
and
behind it.
It has stood the test of time and remains insanely popular to
It's
this
like
day.
friggin' Skyrim, man. We're just gonna
including to
re-release
the
it on
GTA
17
Online mode.
consoles.
Um,
Yeah, many crickets, man.
It is now sold over 150 million copies to date. It is one of the top-selling games in the history of every console, as well as it is being imported in 2020 in March for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
God.
With better visuals and better improved overall game experience.
Visuals and better gaming experience. It's still the same fucking game that you stood outside for back in 2012 to pick up.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Other than the fact that they've added more fucking assholes in the lobbies who try to fuck with you. That's about it.
What else you got, James?
That's it.
I did want to touch on something real quick because I just
Okay,
read
good.
it on a quick feed that I did. This is more of a Jeremy thing. I know your love for Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Who
don't know
doesn't
what
like
you're
Dwayne
doing
the Rock Johnson?
he just agreed to do, as much as me being from the Missouri area, Tech9 is a big person in here. He agreed to do a cameo, or whatever you want to call it, for one of his songs, his new song coming out. And according to this, like 95% of rappers have been trying to get The Rock into their songs, and he declined all of them. Except this more of a hometown grown rapper to do this song, and I think it's about the Kansas City Chiefs, actually. So
That's
a little
funny.
touch base on that one. That has a little funny thing that I thought I'd add in there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Walker, do you still
like
have that rock shirt that Jeff got you before you left? Good.
Sure do, baby.
I'm
Definitely
glad.
does.
Yeah, I still have it. Doesn't fit, but I still got it.
Good, I'm glad.
1000% have it. Before we get into the Nintendo,
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, Mark?
Nothing too exciting. I guess it's worth mentioning that Twitch got hacked and about 120 some gigs worth of data got stolen from them and posted on 4chan.
Yep.
Wasn't it a bunch
including-
of source code?
Yeah, source code,
Things from the beginning.
endpoints to their AWS app, a potential Steam competitor.
Revenue
yeah,
for a lot of streamers.
Yeah, their top like 6,000 earnings of the streamers or something like that.
Oh, some people were pissed that they weren't on that list.
Yep.
Yeah,
Eh.
I more so just wanted to ask you guys about that. Like, what do you guys think?
That who
Like,
knew that you
did you
can
see
make
how
$10
many people
million
were
playing fucking Dungeons
Well,
and Dragons?
Yeah, Critical Role has like $9.5 million in the last year.
Yep.
Was made
Let's pull
from
this up.
their Twitch channel, like directly from Twitch. It doesn't
Yeah.
include merchandise, donations,
their show that
you
they're
know,
doing.
sponsorships, anything like that. It's literally just sponsorship payments, like being a Twitch partner or whatever.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I don't know. I was just curious what you guys think.
Well, I definitely enabled two-factor authentication and changed my password.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that too.
I mean,
Probably not a bad idea. I didn't do that. I think
Yeah.
one of mine I have that set up. I don't know though.
I mean,
Where
it's
is
bound to happen no matter what it is. I've changed my passwords countless amount of times for YouTube breaches and stuff like that. So like this is just another day at the office.
125 gigs of fucking data? Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's all source code, competitors, endpoints, AWS programs
So-
or apps.
The most people that made from August 2019 to October 2021 per month, Critical, $9.6 million. He mainly plays
Well,
fucking
Critical
Dungeons and
Role.
Dragons. Yeah, Critical Role, yeah.
Yeah, there's critical and then there's critical role.
He
Two different people.
plays mainly Dungeons and Dragons, which is good for him.
I think that's Matt Mercer's channel, the voice actor.
XQC or
XQC.
Cow, whatever his name is. He's a British dude. He plays a lot of GTA 5 and a bunch of other stuff. Reacts to things. $8.4 million. Summit 1G, he a lot, I would say, is responsible for starting people liking Sea of Thieves, as he would solo that for quite a long time by himself, and as well as GTA 5. He was responsible for that becoming really big as well. He made 5.8 million per month. Tifu, which is a decently big streamer, 5.9 million. Nick Merckx, 5 million.
He just signed a
Ludwig.
deal with Twitch. Nick Merckx.
Yeah, he was one of the ones that was supposed to actually drop out with a couple other big streamers, and then he said, "Screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and sign a big contract instead."
Hey, you get that guaranteed?
Ludwig, 3.2 million. Tim the Tatman, 3.2 million. He actually just signed an exclusive deal to YouTube.
Yeah. That was one of the big ones. It was him and somebody else. I can't quite remember who it is.
Aaron Play, Lurk, and then Asmongold. He did 2.5 million. Asmongold does.
He jumped ship from World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, and that fucking
And
made
he's
that
been
blow
ruining everyone's time in Final Fantasy 14.
up. Why? Just fucking killing everybody.
No, because there's no PvP in it, but
Mm.
no, it's just all the people coming in.
Oh
He's
yeah.
it's
ridiculously
getting
long.
big
There's
and just
one
blowing it
server
up,
that's just like
basically.
you don't go to. You make a new character.
Number 25 on the list is Shroud at 2 million a month.
That's
him
pretty
in-
crazy to me. He's super popular, and I don't understand how he doesn't make top 5 money.
It's because
He's
he
the best
doesn't stream
FPS
as
gamer.
much anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because him and Ninja got paid out $50 million each because Mixer.
Oh yeah, the Mixer died. Forgot about that.
So yeah, they because him and Ninja and Shroud got exclusive contracts to Mixer, and they shut off Mixer. So Microsoft just literally paid them both. They wrote them a $50 million check, said sorry, here you go, and they went along on their way.
God, the things I would love to do to just have Microsoft go, I'm sorry, here's $50 million. How lovely that would be.
Yeah, and that was the end of the conversation. And they were like, "Oh, okay." So like Ninja barely streams now, Shroud barely streams now because neither one of them fucking have to.
No, they have settled, like, especially Ninja, because he's really known for his wife invests a lot of money for him.
Ninja's too busy, not just tweeting the most virgin stuff ever.
Yeah, because Ninja only makes 1.3 million. I say only, but yeah, he only makes 1.3
Only
million.
that much money, because he doesn't need to make more than 1 million a month.
Oh yeah.
Year.
Well, you got to think too. During his during his peak, he had 250,000 subscribers on Twitch. When
yeah, he was the most. He still holds a record for the most watched person in one stream. Him and Drake, wasn't it, in Fortnite?
Yeah. And then they had the most subs. He had the most subs in 1 month. I think he had like 260,000 subs in a month, which was something ungodly stupid. So yeah, that was at the heydays of the fork knife.
Yeah, the good old fork knife.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was bound to happen. Something like this was going to get leaked.
Yeah.
Something was going to get breached.
People had an idea of how much these guys made, but this definitely capitalizes down on the actual amount.
The whole reason why they did it was to help promote, competition throughout the streaming space. And by releasing this stuff, and also basically as a big fuck you to Twitch for them not cracking down on hate raids and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which doesn't shock me. I mean, there's a lot of very bad situations that pop up, and a lot of, like you said, the hate raids are a big thing I've noticed, and people always getting super angry. And I mean, Twitch has been one of those people who, I mean, they got in trouble for the longest time. I think who was it? What's his name? The big military looking dude. He's really tall, wears sunglasses. His whole character
Tyler.
is about
the dude was with yeah, I know you're talking about.
Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, Dr. Disrespect. Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the big ones where he got banned from Twitch randomly, and then they
banned.
didn't. Yeah, they told him. They took him like 2 months to tell him why he got banned.
And that Tyler dude used to do stuff with. I know what James is talking about. He used to do stuff with Dr. Disrespect. But
yeah, there's
and
a lot
of
problems.
Yeah. But it's interesting though. It's a lot. I wasn't surprised. I'm actually surprised a lot of people weren't more mad. Like Catman was like he posted on Twitter. He's like, "Damn, I didn't expect to wake up to all this."
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys aren't really upset because they weren't trying to keep it secret. Because I'm pretty sure it was their contracts that said that they weren't allowed to speak upon how much they make. And
I mean, it's also
more or less
not a comfortable thing to talk about, really. I mean,
Yeah, you don't just go around talking about, I make fucking $3 million a month in my Twitch
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to
subscribers.
subscribe. I'm already making, 3 million. It's
Yeah,
fine.
hand over
So-
fist amounts of money.
You know,
No, please subscribe. I need it.
I need that. I need to
Yeah.
build my
Let's run an
second
ad
mansion.
break real quick.
Yes. Do we know what's
Yeah.
next on the list there, Jeremy?
Let's see, Mark,
I
do
think
you
you
have
got
anything
pretty
else
much
for
all
that?
the big names.
No, you said it all.
For myself, I got a couple things. So Diablo 4 has a new game director.
Well, yeah, because the old one fucking dipped out as fast as he could.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Everyone at
there's a
Blizzard's
lot of
dipping
stuff
out.
going. Yeah, Blizzard's getting real hammered down on right now, so it's a questionable situation.
The new director was the former lead designer for Diablo 3. He is now the director of the game itself.
Still not
After
gonna
the
play it.
original,
Fuck 'em.
the original director, had stepped down. There is no update as to when the game will be released. They were looking forward to bringing sounds of the dark fantasy to life. They are excited to give us more news as the time comes. They were hoping to have it released this year, but it's unknown as to when it'll be released.
My favorite thing about the whole Activision Blizzard debacle that was going on was you could tell how quickly they tried to sidestep everything going on. Because
yeah.
like a day or two after that whole thing went out, they showed off some stuff for Diablo 4 and the new Call of Duty. Like boom,
Yep.
boom. It's like
They were trying to act
no,
like nothing happened. They were
Yeah.
just like, "Yep."
trying to get people hyped and forget about everything else. I'm like, nah, fuckers, I see right through you. I see right through you.
A lot of people have. I mean, most of their sales have dipped quite a bit. It's pretty crazy.
This week, Epic Games is giving away PC Building Simulator.
Woo!
If you haven't downloaded it yet,
It's-
it is for free.
It's perfect because, we can't get graphics cards, so might as well build a fake computer.
Hey, yeah, why not?
Benchmark it in the virtual world.
You gotta get the DLC.
You have to pay DLC to get the graphics card.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's a free game.
Yeah.
Today, Yakuza Like a Dragon sequel has been announced.
As the creator of the series and the current director left Sega.
Yep. I was
Yeah,
about to
that's
say that.
right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oof.
The story continues despite the departure of longtime creators. I don't know how to say their names, but yeah, they.
Not
But
even
they did
trying to
release that
butcher
they are working on a sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Everyone
So-
everyone had great things to say about those men.
Good.
I mean,
They
like I said.
they jumped ship to Tencent to work at one of the companies there. One of the
I rumor going around that
games
they're
of-
probably just gonna make a pre-skin copy of Yakuza, just a different style of it, more than
I
likely.
mean, I'd play it.
That's fair. Most people would, especially like you said, everybody said great things about them. They've been wonderful, wonderful people, so it's bound to be that case.
Far Cry 7 is already in the works.
Far Cry
What?
6 just came out
fuck?
yesterday.
Yep. Far Cry
Whoopsie.
7
Ubisoft.
will reportedly have an online-oriented approach, as Ubisoft looks to reinvent the series.
Oh god,
Um,
no! Please don't.
Well, I
They-
mean, it might be the shot that it needs to change it up because it's
I
like-
guess that's true.
yeah. You said you asked me if it's the same formula as every other Far Cry game, and it's like yeah, there's been 4 or 5 Far Cry games that are the exact same formula
Yeah, I guess
Um,
that's
in a
true.
row.
The
yeah,
director
so-
says, despite knowing that Far Cry 6 will perform well, it is time for a series shakeup, and what better way to approach an online-oriented game?
Battle
the
Royale.
company-
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
They are looking to put Far Cry 7 in a radically different direction, taking the series to a completely new place. It has revealed that they have been looking to reinvent the game since Far Cry 3, but have been unsuccessful in doing so. including the themes of Primal and Blood Dragon, that they feel that it is
Oh, I forgot
time,
about those.
and it
Primal
will
was fun.
help recreate a new cause of the game as well as make old comers happy. So it'll be interesting. I'm assuming Far Cry 7. That's probably 4 or 5 years off,
Yeah,
if not
I
more.
would say that. Yeah, they
I
usually
mean, this
take their time
one,
with it.
Far Cry 5 came out in
Yeah, that came out
2018.
17 or 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the end of 2017, early 18. I think, if I'm correct.
So
find
I'm
out.
not exactly sure what the online oriented means,
Like I
but
said, battle royale.
Yeah,
It's
more
still a
than
hot
likely what
genre,
it's
right?
gonna be.
um,
Yeah, it's
supposedly
kinda
this is going to be the approach of the new Assassin's Creed game they were working on, where it will be significantly more online oriented to
2018.
help change and give a fresh perspective to Assassin's Creed.
Well, that's another one. It's Assassin's Creed's been basically the same since
Forever.
the first one, and it's just adding a little extras.
Yeah, I mean, the fourth one was beautiful. 3 was good, and I
my
mean,
favorite one.
Odyssey
But
was phenomenal.
imagine if they made it like Fallout 76 and made it as a service and monetized the shit out of it.
And
Oh God, no.
I
Good.
mean,
it's all
I-
made
I-
with the coating's
make
made
it
with
an
duct
MMO.
tape.
Yeah.
Duct tape
Give them some
and
credit.
and
They'll use Gorilla
prayers.
Tape this time. Give them some credit. They learned their lesson from the duct tape days.
See, they needed flex tape.
It's still pretty rough. I'm not a fan of 76 still.
Speaking of which, of Assassin's Creed, they are working on a new game. It is currently codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity.
Whoa.
It has been confirmed that it will have a Fortnite Grand Theft Auto Online feel with a live service in game that will receive continual updates
battle
over
royale.
time, including multiple location and timepieces, rather than centered around a specific point in history. So I'm assuming they'll be able to. I don't even know how you put that in a fucking Assassin's Creed game, to be honest with you. Unless they're
Well,
able, you're
I mean,
able to go around the world.
Unity was
Yeah.
a big thing there. Like Unity was a big one.
I
when they
mean,
did that
I
stuff.
wouldn't be. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that I wouldn't be opposed to an Assassin's Creed
Battle
Battle
Royale.
Royale,
That'd be interesting.
but I would be interested in Assassin's Creed Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's a good different. It's a different, like you said, direction, and I think that'll be fun. I mean,
what was it? Revelations, I think, had a multiplayer mode where
Yes,
it
that's
was
right.
just
That
like
was-
cat and mouse.
killed
Like
each
you'd
other.
have,
Yeah.
you just had like a few people that were, the assassins, and the others were like the crusaders, whatever the fuck you were fighting. Pope. Everyone else was
I'm
the Pope.
surprised
and
they haven't done that
yeah,
yet,
like,
where
hide
you
around.
can have
the Pope.
4 people like kind of just running around
Oh, they have.
doing whatever you
Unity
want.
was. That's what Unity was.
Well, I meant like on a bigger scale, where especially
bigger
like
do you want?
Valhalla. Well, you can have like you're a Viking, shit like that.
Well, they
things
did
like
that.
that.
The new ones were more story based. That was their whole touching on that because they tried the Unity thing, they tried the Revelations thing. It didn't go so hot when they saw 4 blow up the way it did. I mean, Black Flag was one of their biggest games to the point where people literally wanted a spin off. The big ships game that I don't think is still yet to come out. Where that thing blew up so bad that people were like, "Oh yeah, this is great," and so they just kind of kept that same angle. Odyssey did well, so they went Valhalla. You good there, Max Walker? So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Link said I agree with Piff or James. It'll be a good thing to hear on that.
Piff.
Almost went that one. My bad.
2 last things I have. It is rumored that we will have stock on graphics cards on Black Friday.
Wow.
The companies are aiming to have some sort of retail stock, unknown how much or if it will even be possible, but they are looking to have graphics cards available to sell on Black Friday. So a little behind the scenes. Last thing that I have, the Archie comics are coming back, in case you didn't know.
Oh, cool.
Oh, jeez.
Are they still making the Sonic comics? Archie Comics still making the Sonics?
I don't know.
Those
I just
are
said
great.
that they the humor, heart, and horror are returning into 2022. James, do you have the stuff for the Nintendo Direct?
No, but I remember it all.
Perfect.
It
Before we
wasn't
get into
long.
that, do you have anything extra to add before the Nintendo Direct, Jett?
No, I've said my piece about the couple things that we've had. I
Okay.
think Nintendo Directs definitely we can jump into that.
All right.
Go ahead,
So,
my dude.
starts off with Sakurai sitting there. Hey guys, this is the last character for Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's been 3 years. You could have been in middle school and now you're in high school. By the time when we started development, would have been in elementary school. Like this, we've been doing this forever. And here's finally the last character. So it starts off with, you see, just like the end of the original Smash Bros. Trailer.
Yep.
You see the giant Smash logo made of fire in there, and it's panning around at all the characters as assist trophies. And then Mario breaks out, and he starts walking to a little fire. And in my mind, I'm like, is this Dark Souls?
Oh, that would have been so much better. I'm not gonna
Is
lie.
this Dark Souls? And then he walks over. And then you see the fucking Mickey Mouse ears. And it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Like, yeah, it is.
It is. And I originally was super upset with this choice. Not really super upset. I was playing it up, but I was like, that's a weird choice to end your fucking magnum opus on. But
At a Waluigi.
that was never going to happen.
That was the whole point of the joke there at that point.
Yeah, that was never going to... Him and Gino, never going to happen.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spoiled it because at first they talked about the new Mii Fighter costumes. I forget all of them except for one, Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Doom Guy's Isabella from Animal Crossing and Doom Guy finally together in a video game. It is the most adorable thing ever. I am so happy for the Doom Twitter account.
It finally happened.
It finally happened. It only took a year. But yeah, no, so it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Stupid moveset. Like stupid crazy moveset that looks like a lot of fun. He can basically
He unlocks everybody.
No, he can basically go anywhere on the map at any time. Through his up B and side B, you basically have to throw him all the way to the edge of the arena to get him like as a ring out, because he ain't dropping down. Yeah, very fast paced. He moves around a lot. Fun fact: I learned that Sora means sky in Japanese.
Yep.
So that's why he can like fly around and shit. That's cool. Yeah, no, so it's apparently he won back on the Smash Bros for Wii U and 3DS like 6 years ago. He won a poll for the like most requested character by a landslide.
Everybody wanted him because of his like weird little skill set of having like kind of a sword, but also having magical abilities similar to like a Final Fantasy-esque character, because that's what he's based off of.
Yeah.
Did you know
Biggest-
originally that he was supposed to wield a sword, and then Disney said, "No, that's too harsh.
Yep.
Beat up and kill guys. We need to
Yeah.
give him a key. It's less violent."
They also said the reason why on that was because then he would be really Final Fantasy-esque, because he fits the bill of spiky brown hair, big ol' eyes, and carrying a sword around. Kind of, I don't know, feels very Final Fantasy-esque in that aspect.
Just a bit.
Yep.
Just a bit. I also learned that Disney owns 100% of the IP, by the way, of Kingdom Hearts. I thought that it was like a 50-50 split where Square would own the OC characters and
Damn.
Disney would own their characters, but no, it's all the mouse. So,
I mean, the majority of the game is Disney
wonder
based,
why,
so it makes sense.
fucking Final
the first
Fantasy
two-
isn't in number 3.
because fucking Disney's a piece of shit. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 was a nice 50-50 split between Disney and Final Fantasy. And then 3 happened, it was like, no, we don't care. We all want Disney. We're paying you the big bucks, so we want.
I mean,
we
they
want
did
only
introduce
our
a little bit there,
characters.
but
we
yes,
want
I
Iron
agree
Man
on
in
that.
this video game. Give me the
Oh.
Avengers.
That still needed to happen. I want a lightsaber keyblade. I'm just saying. That's what I want. That's my
I mean,
biggest thing is a
it can
lightsaber
happen.
keyblade.
But no, I mean it's really weird. But probably my favorite thing from the presentation is Sakurai going. Yeah, when they initially showed off his mood set before Sakurai actually showed a live demo of him playing. He was like, I'm not gonna. Now we didn't show you his final smash because we want the players to experience it on their own. He then immediately proceeds to do the final smash during the gameplay demonstration.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
Oops.
dog. And they show it during the full trailer, the full unedited reveal trailer for Sora 2. I'm like, you just broke the thing that you said you weren't gonna break. You lied to us, Sakurai.
That's funny.
Care.
I like how I'm watching it now. It's Sora versus Cloud versus Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's very fitting.
That's funny.
It is so weird that Smash Bros. Ultimate is done. Like that is the final character.
I mean, yes, that one, yes, but the fact that they keep saying that they're not going to make another one, that is one of their biggest games, is still weird to me.
Sakurai isn't going to make another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo can still make another
will.
one. I think they said that they do plan on making another one. It's just going to be a reboot of the series.
That's just,
but yeah, this man has legitimately put his life on the line for this game.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Sakurai has been hospitalized multiple times while working on this game. And to know that it's done.
Yep.
All his hard work
it's over with.
Over the years
he's done it all.
Done. He can do whatever he wants now. He can go play his PlayStation 5 that he just upgraded the hard drive in.
Yep.
I just see it as what you're talking about, the special move. That's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's hilarious. He can now go back to ruining people's dates while playing King of Fighters.
Dude, fucking, I just saw Sephiroth. Like, went from Sora's to Sephiroth. Wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, he does his final Genova form. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Cloud's doing his.
Yeah, the Omni Slash from the movie. It's weird, and not gonna say I didn't get emotional a little bit when it was finally all said and done, but yeah, I got a little emotional seeing the end of this.
This is weird that he actually plays the game. I didn't expect him to actually be the one.
No, and it's one of those things. Like, it's been a big part of his life for gosh, so many years, and it's crazy to think about that. It's over. That's it. It's done.
He's free. He's free from his mortal coil. This was his magnum opus.
Yeah.
You're a magnum opus.
I mean, he's probably got fair amounts of money from doing these games because these games, one of the best-selling games of all time is this series. So
still $60.
And it's incredible seeing everyone come out of the woodwork to congratulate him on that.
Oh yeah.
Like, not just from Nintendo, but like Phil Spencer chimed in, Kaz from Sony chimed in, of course Doug Bowser and them, but people from all across the game industry, just like, well, fuck. it's done. Yeah, no, it's it's been one hell of a ride. I can't believe it's been 3 years since it was originally announced. About 3.5 years.
Yeah, it says 2018 was when it came out, which is crazy, like you said, to think about.
98 characters later.
Yep.
Seriously.
Hey, good. I'm glad it's done. Can't wait to play Sora on the 15th, I think it is, when he comes out, when he drops.
15th or 18th.
Yeah, something like that.
I will
Yeah,
definitely
can't
say
wait.
this is one of the main reasons I will probably buy this. I have yet to buy this game myself, just because Super Smash has never been my cup of tea. Never been a big fighter guy, but I'm a huge Sora fan and a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, so I definitely am excited to see him in this game and watch him float around and whoop on everybody.
Well, that's the nice thing about Smash Bros. Is that it is an accessible fighting game for everyone.
Yeah, because it's got everything in it.
Yeah, and like the whole reason it was originally made was Sakurai was playing King of Fighters way back in the day, back in like 95 or 94, and he was just practicing because he's a huge King of Fighters guy. He was just practicing, and then someone joins in and he gets pissed off, and he's like, "I'm just gonna dunk on this man." He dunks on him. Like, not even a fucking contest. He ruins the man's day. And then he looks around the cabinet, and it's this dude and his, like, girlfriend. And he goes, shit, I just ruined that guy's date. If only fighting games were more accessible to people. I dunked this man so hard, he's ruined his date.
Yeah.
So then that Smash Bros. Came out.
Oof. Yeah.
I cockblocked this man with King of Fighters.
Gets good, scrub.
I
I am excited about the stages though that they brought to the old Kingdom Hearts like platform.
Minus the Goofy and Donald.
Yeah, that was something that was definitely touched on that people were talking about. They're like, how is Goofy and Donald not a part of this? They were a huge part of the whole series. So
It's probably something to do with the
Disney.
thing, like Disney giving the okay to
yeah, you can't
to
have it all.
them. Yeah, you can have the Square characters, but you can't
But
have
we're
our
not
Disney
gonna-
guys.
yeah, it's a little odd, but whatever. He's still in this game, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Do
Alrighty,
you
but that's
remember
all
anything
that I
else
would
from-
have. That's really it that was talked about.
Yeah.
I know they're bringing Nintendo 64 and Sega games to Nintendo.
Oh, that was
Yes.
during like a direct that happened like years ago. It seems like.
I was
Did they
excited to
talk
see
about
that because
that?
my two favorite games were. They said Majora's Mask is coming in the future, though. I was a little salty
Yeah.
about that. But Ocarina of Time will be there, so
And Mario 64.
definitely gonna be fun. Yes,
And then I
and they're gonna
know-
be for. They're technically it's an extra fee, but it is still going to be basically free.
It's like $20 a year, so they up it to like $20 a year.
Way better than Xbox and PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation and Xbox are like. For Game Pass, it's what a $15 a month on average. So you're looking.
And you can't buy yearly.
Nope.
you got Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'm sorry you didn't talk about that, James. Isn't that the first Kirby game like in 20 years?
Oh, you mean Kirby from Super Smash Bros. Is finally getting his own game? That was my
First
favorite
time.
headline that I saw.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Mark Piff was around this place of work.
Bayonetta
Sorry.
3, which I never played any of the Bayonetta games. But
Ow!
you have the new Monster Hunter Rise, Splatoon 3 they announced. Which is scheduled for 2022. And Chocobo GP.
Yeah, Chocobo Grand Prix. Like
which,
Zach
if
is
you're not-
excited for that.
It's
Hey man, just another
be
version of Mario
super-
Kart with chocobos.
fuck yeah, it
Roller
is.
skating Chocobos.
It's gonna be huge. Up to 64 players can play in a single tournament
Oof,
online.
that's crazy.
That's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
They also talked about Dying Light 2. It's
Yeah.
coming to the Switch from the.
Oh shit! There was
That
another.
frustrates me actually.
There
not
was
gonna
another
lie.
thing they announced at the Sakurai Presents.
What?
All the Kingdom Hearts games are coming to the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they they did talk about how though it's not going to be playing through the Switch. It's going to be streamed through the Switch.
Yep.
Just for 3. 1.5,
Yeah, 'cause 3 doesn't have the power.
2.5, and 2.8 are going to be like physical or downloads, and then 3 is cloud.
Yes, because it just doesn't have the power to run it.
Yeah. Dying Light 2 will be streamed via the cloud streaming from Xbox, Microsoft.
No, it's
through
not.
their- I thought it was.
No.
You can play Game Pass on like I know that's coming eventually to the Switch, isn't it?
No.
I thought they had talked about it where you can.
They talked about
Game
that's
Pass.
a possibility.
I thought that's what it was. When
They
it said
didn't
cloud
confirm
version.
anything.
No.
Yeah, it's just on like probably the dev servers or Nintendo servers. I mean, hell, they might be using similar infrastructure as they probably are using like something that Microsoft made. Who knows?
More than likely. I mean, their cloud services are top notch at this point compared to everybody else's.
I thought
Especially
that's what it
comes
meant
to
when the cloud, but whatever.
And on how it runs, definitely wouldn't be running Google.
Oh no.
Mario Party Superstars, that was also confirmed for October 29th. Getting DLC for Super Mario Kart Super Rush. And Knights of the Old Republic is coming to the Switch.
The original, not the remake.
Yeah. And that's pretty much about it.
There you go. That was the Nintendo Direct from like a month ago.
Yeah, there wasn't much on it. There was, other than the big, obviously, the Sora thing. That was really it.
Oh, and you forget Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
The
Bayonetta,
biggest
that was
news,
Sora.
the biggest fucking news from that Direct. Oh, also the Super Mario cast.
No,
Oh yeah, that was something. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that in any of the things.
No, but it is up on the Patreon.
It is.
Yeah.
The whole video.
Yeah, Chris Pratt paying Super Mario.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm
Uh,
not even gonna talk
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that one. I'm gonna wait to see how that goes until they release a little bit more about it, other than just the casting. Once we get
Blipverse
like
is
a
already high
trailer,
enough.
yeah, it's like once we get a trailer, then I'll touch a little bit more on that one, just because we truly don't know how they plan on doing this, but we'll see. I've seen some fire memes though, I will say.
Like, hey, yo, I'm Chris Pratt. I'm Mario.
I'm freaking Mario.
Does anybody else have anything else?
No.
All right. One last time, go around the room. Where can we find you? What you gonna be doing? Start with you, James.
Are we gonna do releases?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Heh.
It's been a while.
Okay, so this is up until the 15th. We have Disco Elysium Final Cut coming out on the 12th. Monster Crown coming out for PS4 and Switch on the 12th. A Memoir Blue coming out for the Xbox One on the 12th. Back 4 Blood coming out for everything on the 12th. On the 13th, we have Critadel coming out for PC and Switch. I thought that said Kathy Bates for a second. Caddy and Batty, The Spirit Guide, coming out on the 13th. 14th, we have Doctor Who, The Edge of Reality, coming out for PC and Xbox One. Chasing Static coming out for the PC. The Rift Breaker coming out for PC and PS4 on the 14th. Murder House coming out for the Xbox One on the 14th. And then finally on the 15th, we have NHL 22 coming out for everything. The Glay Lancer coming out for PS5 and Series X. What's the full name of this? Demon Slayer, Katsume or Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles coming out for everything. Crisis Trilogy or Crisis Remastered Trilogy coming out for PC and PS4 on the 15th. Sweary's The Good Life coming out for PC and PS4 on the 15th. And Dungeon Encounters coming out for the Switch and PC. Back to you guys.
Appreciate you. For movies and TV coming out now until then, tomorrow, on the 10th, you have the original Scream movie coming back to theaters for Halloween. On the 10th, you have NCIS Los Angeles coming out on the 10th. Couple Netflix series here and there, nothing too crazy special.
Biggie.
You have Chucky, Doll, season 1 coming to Sci-Fi on October 12th. I don't know how that's gonna work. You have Free Guy coming to Blu-ray and DVD on the 12th if you haven't already seen it. You have October 12th is The Flash, the final season, coming to the CW.
Didn't even know it was still going.
Yeah, me neither. As well as on the 13th, you have Batwoman, season 3, with the new Batwoman after Ruby, whatever her name is, backed out, and then kind of going through the Tonight Show, the Kids Tonight Show, season 1. What is this? It's airing on Peacock on the 14th. The assembly of 4 amazing, talented, quick-witted kids. This show is where kids are in charge, shooting at the same show as Jimmy Fallon's own studio. The Kids Tonight Show is a late-night series that will offer a unique kids' lens on the iconic Tonight Show series. Viewers will get the next generation of all the beloved Jimmy Fallon bits, celebrity interviews, and signature late-night fun, but for kids and the whole family. Interesting. So it's the Tonight Show, but the kids are the hosts and the ones that do the interviews.
Curious. We'll see how that goes.
So it's season 1. It's on Peacock, so I'm assuming it's just a pre-recorded thing, not
Peacock.
live. Like, on October 15th, you have the release of Halloween Kills, which in this new series of Halloween movies, it is number 2, where Jamie Lee Curtis is trying to officially kill Michael Myers and remove his mask. And then on the 15th, I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming to a TV series near you. So the show, if you don't remember, the movie from many, many years ago, The Guy with the Hook, it is now becoming a TV series that is going directly to Amazon as You, the series, season 3. If you ever watched that, definitely watch that. It's really good. It's about this dude who's basically a serial stalker and becomes obsessed with certain women and shit like that. It's really fucking good. It's on Netflix. And just because on October 17th, The Silence of the Lambs is being re-released to theaters. So they're releasing a ton of movies, like horror
doing
movies.
the re-releases for the movie theaters, which is kind of fun. See how it goes.
So
It's almost like it's spoopy month.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's all I got. Let's go around the room, and where can we find you? What are you gonna be doing, James?
All right. Well, hey, you can watch me play games like Lost Judgment and Tales of Arise. Sorry, Tales of Arise at twitch.tv/JimmyNoodlesGaming or JimmyNoodlesGG. You can also check the VODs and maybe other stuff that I post. At I might have a video of me building something going on my YouTube channel, or maybe I'll stream in one of the two. We'll see. Coming to youtube.com/JimmyNoodlesGaming, and then you can follow me on Twitter at JimmyNoodlesGG.
Mark. Mark?
Hey, yeah. So if I ever make content and you're interested in checking it out, you can see it on Twitch and YouTube at MarkDude701. How about you, Jett?
I am also going to start streaming again. I picked that back up again. My Twitch is Jett362 with 2 T's. And same with my YouTube channel, also follows Jett362 with 2 T's. Definitely going to be playing with these guys probably a lot and having tons of fun. Making ever so inappropriate comments as per usual. And maybe some t-shirts be made for the future. Definitely excited for that.
Hey.
Jeremy?
Sorry, it was powering up with Goku for a second there. I always forget how loud that is. Nevertheless, thanks for the follow, by the way. And you can find me at TheCaptainGeech on everything. Hopefully I'll get to a stream in here soon. That
One of
way
these days.
you can make more content throughout compared to just doing the podcast. So,
Stop being a scrub.
I know. You can find us at the podcast at the Level Unlock Podcast on anywhere that you can view podcasts, social media, exclusively on Twitter. At what, James?
LVL. That
Just keeps cutting him out because he's too close.
Yeah, I am too close.
Okay. And if you'd like to become part of the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/Level Unlock Podcast. And like I said, if you'd like to listen to the other episodes, feel free. Level Unlock Podcast, anywhere podcasts are available. As always, we will see you hopefully in 2 weeks.
Next time.
Yes.
Next
Next time.
time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks
Hey.
for listening, wherever you are. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, and talk to you soon.
Have a
Oh, you're
great
trying
night,
to
y'all.
steal my thing now, Walker?
I am.
And you're
Have
wrong.
good.
It's, you have a good morning,
I
evening,
stole
afternoon,
Mark's
no matter
good butt
what
there,
time
so
you're
yes.
watching. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, have a
I'll
good
see you
night.
next time.
Yes.
Have a good-
Have a great night, guys.
Bye-bye.